as she is telling me that she has, Googled me and she's seen my videos and all of these things, she begins at this point now to start commenting on my body. Now, coming from the entertainment space, specifically acting and modeling, you have to, especially modeling, you have to get used to people commenting on your body. You have to get used to people requesting to see you shirtless, requesting to see abs. Now, it shouldn't get any more seedy than that. Again, another video for another day. But on average, that's just the norm. So when she was saying, "Oh, I've seen your videos, I've seen you shirtless, that body, da 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 da," I'm again laughing this off because I'm at work. I'm just here to do my job and go home. We're in the thick of settling these claims at this particular point in time in my department. I had been the top earner in the department a couple of times, and I was really focused on continuing to do a great job because, again, recognizing the work that I'm doing and how impactful it is to the families that were devastated by these wildfires, I want to do the best job. Like, as I mentioned before, I have been praying, honestly, for a way to help these families. So this job, I don't even look at it like a job. It was an opportunity. The opportunity came at the right time. It was completely aligned with what I wanted to do, with skills I wanted to become better regarding the negotiation, and of course being able to help families. So it was just, I'm really focused on just doing the job, and I usually rise above unnecessary nonsense and conflict. Part of the reason why I didn't want to do the news job is because I would have to be bombarded with all of the stressful type of news and doing and reporting on stories, sure, that I do care about, but I just don't want to be inundated with chaos, and I don't want to be inundated with unnecessary chaos day in and day out. So this position, again, allowed me the freedom to what I thought was not have to deal with that. But my supervisor, she made the job more stressful than it needed to be. But anywho, so she starts making these comments about me. I also know my name is Tyler Tyson. So if you Google Tyler Tyson, there are other Tyler Tysons in the world. I think there's like maybe a dancer or somebody who works in a more exotic field than I ever would. But again, if you look at the person, you can clearly see it's not me. I want to say I've never met this person in real life, but I want to say the only other Tyler Tyson that I have seen, he's darker than me, and I would venture, I'm 5'11", 6 foot. He's like at least 6'1", 6'2". Like, I think there's an obvious difference in appearance, but nonetheless. So I didn't know if she actually, and my thought was, if you could confuse this obvious picture that's me, well, maybe you're confusing these videos too. But again, I'm not really trying to feed into her inquiries or feed into anything that she's throwing out. I'm just here to do my job and go home. But she then, of course, begins continuing to comment on my body. She had asked me to help her, and everyone does this. Every space that I usually go into, people usually throw out there that they want me to help them work out or help them get in shape. And I'm always willing to help. Sometimes people want to hire me. I'm always willing to train you. However, my style is so counter to everyone else's probably. I'm not going to follow up with you in terms of working out. I'm not going to pressure you. And no, if this is what you want to do, you come to me. Because working out is a choice. Like, that's just another story for another day. But anyway, so she continued making these inappropriate comments, but it was staying at work. Something else that I noticed at this time is that I was being treated differently from everyone else. Throughout that summer, from May until August, I was required in so many ways and at so many times to go on in-person investigations or inspections. So whenever we have these clients, again, this is dealing with the wildfires, this is dealing with insurance, you have nonstop inspections. And most of the time, actually all of the time, none of the other case managers went on site for their inspections, but my supervisor requested 3 times for me to go to these inspections. And again, because I don't like really being in the office anyway. I like being out and about in the midst of life. So I welcomed it, but I also noticed I was the only one that was asked to go on these inspections. So there's all, and I only mention that to say that in this time with my supervisor, she definitely operates out of favoritism, and she definitely it's not a leveled even playing field. You know, some are asked to do this, some are asked to do that. She's harder on some than she is on others, and so I found myself just in these choppy seas. Now we move on from August. I'm gonna jump a little bit further, because at this particular point in time, as I mentioned, I'm taking time off to go work on other projects. A movie that I filmed before I started this job. I had gotten hired to be the assistant director for a marketing campaign. It was a TikTok, actually. It was my first major social media campaign for a supplement, a workout supplement, actually a health supplement. The company, whom I won't name, they have multiple types of supplements. Some are for working out, some are for body things like your prostate and colon and all of the things. And so I had gotten hired on to be the assistant director on one of these projects and also act in the project. So again, double duty. So I would take time off from my new job to do these projects. Of course, my supervisor was aware of these things, and so I didn't know this at the time, but looking back, she was able to see up close and personal my duality of life, my dual existence, working in this law office, very professional and, you know, presenting one thing, and then entertainment where I present a completely different way. And so this then led her to stay tuned for part